Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Turner for Integrated Math 2. Today we're talking about 2.1, which is classifying polynomials. Unit 2 is going to focus pretty heavily on polynomials, different operations, things like that. But first we want to figure out, well, what is a polynomial? In classifying, we want to be able to say what type of polynomial it is. Okay? So first, what is a polynomial? This is something that's been covered in previous classes. If you've had me for Math 8, Integrated Math 1, we've talked about this before. Basically, a polynomial can be defined as the sum or difference of algebraic terms. Now, here it says 3 or more because technically if I'm looking at something that has less than 3, I would say that's a monomial or binomial. So polynomial can refer to the broader sense of any combination of algebraic terms, but once we start classifying, it's used to typically refer to 3 or more algebraic terms, which we'll see in a moment. So as we're looking here, for instance, 3x plus 7y plus 4z, we are looking at different terms. So the question then becomes, okay, well, what's a term? Terms are separated by either addition or subtraction. And we're not counting the equals 0 here. We can scratch that out. So when we're looking at terms, they are divided by either an addition sign or a subtraction sign. And that's important because we're going to need to know how many terms are in a polynomial to be able to classify the polynomial. Again, that is in contrast to a monomial or a binomial. A monomial just has a single term, so you're having a product or a quotient. You don't have any addition or subtraction. And a binomial would be 2 or more. So this unit is fairly straightforward. When we do look at classifying polynomials, we're going to be classifying them in one of 2 ways. Okay? One, we're going to be classifying them by their degree, and the other is going to be by their number of terms. So the degree is going to refer to the highest exponent of the polynomial. And then we're going to refer to how many terms there are. So like on the previous slide that we just saw, if I have a single term, that's going to be a monomial. If it's 2 terms, it's going to be binomial. If it's 3 terms, trinomial, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Depending on the teacher, most instructors just want you to know monomial, binomial, trinomial. There are technical terms, you're just using the Latin prefixes to classify these. But after more than 4 terms, we typically just say polynomial or a polynomial of 4 terms or 5 terms, however many it is. And then the other way we classify a polynomial is by the degree. Degree refers to the highest exponent. So we're looking at all the exponents of the variables and determining which is the highest. So if the highest exponent I have here, for instance, this example with a 2, then that is a second degree polynomial. Okay? So this is what this looks like. And if you are taking notes, I recommend that you copy this down or screenshot this, put it into your digital notes. This is kind of what you need to know. So again, classifying, we're doing both by degree and number of terms. So when we're looking at the exponent, we can classify simply just by the number, 2nd degree, 3rd degree, 4th degree, etc. But there are some names to these terms that will come up throughout the course in Integrated Math 2 and going on to Integrated Math 3 and Calculus. So if you see a term or a polynomial that has no variable at all, then we say that is a constant term or constant degree polynomial. If it is a 1st degree polynomial, meaning you have just an x with no exponent, then it's a linear polynomial. If the highest power is x squared, then it's quadratic. And if you have an x cubed, then it's cubic. There are other names, quartic for 4th, quintic for 5th, etc. For most classes, beyond 3, you would just say 4th degree, 5th degree, 6th degree, etc. So that's half of our classification process, and then the other half is classifying by number of terms. So looking at the pluses and minuses, counting the terms that are in between those. So if you have 1, that is a monomial, again using those Latin prefixes. 2 terms would be binomial, 3 terms would be trinomial. And again, you could have a quadrinomial, etc. But typically after 3, we just call it a polynomial. And if you want to be specific, you can say polynomial of however many terms. Okay. So on a assignment, if you're asked to classify the polynomial, you need to do both. You need to tell me the degree, and then you need to tell me the number of terms. So, for instance, 3x squared minus 4x plus 10. I have three terms, 1, 2, 3. Looking at the exponents, which are ordered for me here, the highest exponent I have is a 2. So because of the 2, the exponent, that is quadratic or second degree. I would accept either, but it would depend on your instructor. And then because there's 3 terms, it is a trinomial. So my answer would be quadratic trinomial. X cubed, looking at my exponent, the highest exponent here shown is a 3. So that tells me it's going to be cubic or third degree. And there is no addition or subtraction here. There's just a single term. So that means this is a cubic monomial or third degree monomial. X to the 5th minus 4x cubed plus 6x minus 9. Looking at the terms here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So because it's higher than 3, I'm just going to say polynomial. And then looking at the exponents, the highest that I have is a 5. So that tells me then this is a 5th degree or a quintic polynomial. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's all you have to do for this section. All I'm asking you to do is classify, make sure you're doing both the degree and the number of terms. If you have questions, reach out to me. But other than that, have a good day, guys. Bye.